climbing, and I didn't read anything.
They don't.
about
Maybe
it.
we're in Cincinnati. Maybe
Is it the capital of Ohio? Maybe we're in Cleveland. The way I don't know geography.
The way we're from the Midwest and we have no idea what the fuck the capital of Ohio is. Who does, though?
People who play GeoGuessr religiously, probably.
I've never gotten close. Can I be honest?
I
don't
not
know.
That
I
bad.
don't know where Argentina is.
Okay,
you know those bitches on the side of the street that like, oh, I'm in America, bro, to try and figure out just how dumb Americans are. I would fail.
And the thing is,
instantly if they asked me where. I know where Chile is. That one's pretty easy.
I think half our population would fail. And you know what? That's okay.
You think that's okay? I
feel like it's just too late. Yeah, but it's like kind of way too late, you know?
What? Too late for who? Just for,
us.
For us, it's a little too
so like
late.
You know, it's already too late. So we should just pack it up.
Well, okay. So geography was one subject. What was the subject that you?
I liked geography. I liked history.
Okay,
I liked
but you suck
social
ass
studies.
at geography.
I'm not that bad. I do know where Argentina is.
Where is it?
I South America.
Right.
Nailed it. No, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm okay at geography. Because I took a lot of history classes. And that's just like kind of lumped in.
I feel like
because they have to be like, well, here's where China is.
But
now let's talk about pottery.
Let's talk about China.
Oh no.
I feel like that's the only thing that I excel in when it comes to historical events. We could do a next episode. Tune in for a drunk retelling
of Chinese history,
of specifically the Boxer Rebellion, which it shouldn't have been called that.
See, I know I learned about that and I forgot all of it. I could talk about agriculture.
Me too.
And when it started into China.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
China was one of the first places
that developed agriculture.
They were among.
I thought that was Mesopotamia.
They were among the. It happened. So the thing is, everybody thought it happened in one place, not everywhere, but it didn't. It happened in
multiple places simultaneously.
Kind of like how we all raced to the moon, and a bunch of people went to the moon.
But we never hear about that. But here's the thing: we are from America.
So we don't care about the moon.
Let's talk about that. Let's riff on that. People that think the moon landing is fake. Do you think it's fake?
No.
I
mean, I graduated college, which I guess you would think.
Let me tell you something. I have people in my life that have legitimately. There's this like podcast, YouTube video series of just this guy. Oh, you don't know who this man is. You've never met this man.
Okay.
It's like faceless. You know those people on Instagram that are faceless? Those are obviously the most accurate, the most believable people on the face of the earth are the people no face. Usually like skull.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So there's this guy and he's like, it's called like the iceberg of conspiracies.
Oh God.
Oh
no, I think I've heard about this.
You know what I'm talking about? And like some of them are like, okay, that's not even a conspiracy. Where it's just like, did you know peanut butter doesn't have that much protein in it? Yeah, we all know. We all know.
No, actually, the best part is that they do videos like that, and then they do videos that are just blatantly like
counting down,
super racist, and they're like,
the majority.
No, because this civilization couldn't have built this. And it's like, wait, I thought we were talking about peanut butter.
Well,
how did we get to colonialism?
It's especially bad with Egyptians, with like Egyptian stuff where they're just like, we can't conceptualize. Actually, I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah.
I'm actually, they had so much labor.
And the crazy thing is like, in like the 1900s and 1800s, they would just unwrap shit. Like they would have mummy unwrapping parties. They would just desecrate
eating that shit.
Valuable things we could have learned from.
Fully eating it. Fully mixing up in a fucking mortar and pestle. Having a stew with just someone's grandma.
And they think we're fucked? Come on.
Yeah, fuck the Brits.
Fuck the British.
Fuck the British,
I mean,
honestly.
They're already at a disadvantage. We've seen their teeth. You know? So I feel like it's okay.
Really, they need to start.
That industry could be booming over there.
Oh, yeah. How big do you think veneers are over there? How many people do you think have those little tiny shark teeth?
I don't know.
In Cambridge. I don't know. What's the one with like the really accent in England?
Cockney? No.
I think
what accent are you looking for?
Can I
it's
be
like
honest?
Harsh and grating.
We're not gonna know. We won't know.
I don't know shit about Britain. All I know about Britain, I know from like.
And that's the thing. You're probably
it's from middle school YouTuber, peak YouTuber era.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like 2011.
Gabby Hanna.
No,
that Gabby Hanna's not even British.
No, she's just a sociopath.
She's not even British.
She doesn't even need the British genes for that.
She's just YouTube.
She's just a freak.
Vibes.
No, but I would watch Dan and Phil.
Maybe she's nice though. I hear she teaches at the YMCA now.
Yeah, no, she's kind of like on her redemption arc. So I've heard.
So I wonder if she's gonna do her like a Pilates YouTube arc.
I really
She's
hope
gonna like release like a workout line.
I hope she just tries to be super normal after this and doesn't mention anything from before.
I don't think she needs to.
No, but I just hope she completely like doesn't talk about it. Never responds to questions about it.
So who were your British YouTubers? Sorry,
Dan and Phil.
Oh, the gays.
Yeah.
Well,
also,
say that.
Who else? Like Joey Sugg or whatever his name is. All the British ones. They were all like a big conglomerate group.
See, but that's the thing. Dan and Phil, they were not.
No, they were not cool.
They were not. No, it was like Zoella. That's what I was thinking.
Yes,
that's the Zoella
and her brother. That was Zoe Sugg, and her brother was
Joe Sugg.
I don't remember who went by.
Joey Sugg.
Okay, I actually saw
Troye
a TikTok
Sivan.
of him a couple months ago. Years since I had seen him on YouTube.
Right.
He's the same size. Not kidding. This motherfucker did not grow in height or width or anything. He looks like they copy pasted him.
I'm pretty sure I saw British people today in the Arboretum.
Weathered.
What? Well, okay. So
busted.
At this Arboretum, there are these things. First of all, I don't think British people can come here.
Wait, what do you mean?
Don't allow them in.
We shouldn't be allowing them to our country.
No. This is what
no, because I'm on board with that take, actually.
Okay. So this is what I mean by that. So in our Arboretum, in a lot of places in the U.S., there are these things. There are mounds, burial mounds, effigy mounds. Effigy mounds.
Well, yeah, the Midwest for sure.
Midwest for sure. Effigy mounds are they're all throughout the United States. I'm pretty sure.
We have a lot though.
They're sporadic, but
we got concentration.
Yeah, we do have a good concentration.
Yeah. Well, they're all destroyed, so not anymore.
Well,
but
not the ones in the Arboretum. Those aren't technically destroyed.
I didn't have any at the Arboretum.
Bro, I'll show you.
That goes off.
I'll show you. I mean, they're not like super. I mean, they're in the ground. It's more of like
an
aerial shot where you're like, oh, okay, that's a bird. I can see that.
Well, it's like when you look at that, you have to look at the sign with the drawing, and then you look at the ground, and you're like, I can't tell, but okay, I know it's there.
I know there's a raised.
Yeah, I know that's cool, but I can't see the picture.
So anyway, what I was saying is, I was looking for birds in the area as I do. It's fun to spot them, and Bailey was looking at birds, whatever. And we were kind of like at a far distance, like trying to like pin down this like little bitch that kept like, you know how they be. They're birds, and
they get around. But no,
they be flying.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and then I'm like, oh, bitch. Do you ever just do the most embarrassing shit in public, and you're just like, why did I just completely forget that I was in public right then? Yes. I was literally walking around like this.
Oh.
The tippiest of toes, like fully, like someone behind me would have been like, "Oh, she needs help. She needs to find her aid."
No, because if you Google what is it? It's like the thing behind neurodivergent people walk on their toes.
Yes, that's correct. So,
and we're not being judgmental.
No,
calls coming from inside the house here.
No. My nephew walks on his toes.
That's not what I meant.
Good story.
I meant that we're probably also
no, yeah. So anyway.
But yes.
So I was walking on my fucking toes, like
as you do.
As I do.
Prancing about
because I was trying to I was playing a little game with myself, like how quiet can I be? And
by
the way, if you're in this area, right. So when you're in this area, it's like wooded, but it's like it's like wintry here. So
all the trees are dead. So you can see straight through them.
Straight through them.
I forget that
there's
a lot.
Like huge paths where like people can come down, and I hear like these like loud ass stomping noises behind me. Like, oh my fucking god, these people are probably.
And you're like, these people are not playing the quiet game.
They're not playing the quiet game. Fuck
which is
you.
fucking rude.
See how we can't hear the fucking warbler anymore? That's on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they speed past me, and they are the most British people I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't even mean that it's like a bad thing. I just mean
some people just look aggressively British.
It was the face. It was like the oval face. It was also just like the way that like they did not stop at all. Like they were not like taking any of the elements in. They were just like straight through. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
late
sorry.
for the tube.
This isn't.
We don't have that here.
We don't have that
so
here.
I don't know why
I'm sorry.
so
We don't have that here.
fast.
Right. Something that I figured out when I was in England for the first time, which my teachers were like so gung-ho about because I went with my class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. British people vibes. And
Yeah, I did not go to England.
I know. So anyway, there's like etiquette on escalators.
Oh,
Did you know that? They made up etiquette for fucking escalators. Is that a thing in the United States? I've never heard of that in my entire life. If you're on the escalator, you're on the fucking escalator. If you want to go faster, bitch, sprint your ass up the fucking stairs.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's the same as the road. You go on the left. Hypothetically, if there were to be elevator etiquette, you would walk on the left side of the escalator.
Oh, that's what it is.
And you would walk fast, and then if you wanted to stand, you stand on the right side.
Do you think
but
it's
also,
the opposite in England? I can't
you
remember.
drive on the other side of the road.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but also, why is anybody walking up the escalator?
That's
just
what
take
they
the damn
do.
stairs.
That's just what and they do it downstairs too.
Dude.
Bro. And they're like, people get like pissed off.
That's really annoying of them.
So anyway, when I was in the Arboretum next to the effigy mounds, okay, sacred place, looking for warblers.
As you do.
I wonder if like this might be fucked.
It's totally fine.
When I was looking for warblers, these two extremely British people passed me, and the number one place that I look where I'm like, that's a British person. Immediately. No, I wasn't looking at teeth, but yes, correct.
Okay.
Past that, pants. Pants.
Skin
Tell me
tight,
that I'm wrong.
Skin tight.
Skin
tight. Painted on.
Painted on. It doesn't matter their weight. It does not matter.
Age, weight, nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
They all...
Because this is like a 45-year-old, 50, maybe 55-year-old man. Mm-hmm. Adidas joggers. Always
and they love a
always
tracksuit.
like the soccer fit. So like just fucking...
You mean football.
Basically like a...
Footy.
Footy? You mean footy?
Yeah. You know the TikTok, like, true day in the life of a Brexit geezer. Drop off my son at footy, and then it's like beautiful pitch, and it's like raining and mud everywhere.
Right.
That whole video is great. It's so funny.
Is it real?
I don't know. I hope it's satire, but somebody added photos. So it's a slideshow that goes with the guy talking, and it's like this horrendous voice, and it's very grating. And he just goes through and starts with like, wake up, greet the wife, Susan. And it's a picture of like the most busted ass looking British woman you've ever seen. And it's like, ain't she a beaut? And then it just moves on. Like the whole video is great. Highly recommend. But I think about that video every time I see a British person. And then in my head, I'm like, this is the Brexit geezer. Right. Got the Adidas track pants on.
It's always the Adidas track pants.
Yeah.
It's always the Adidas.
They like love beans
but
or whatever.
Here's the thing. If you don't have and if you're like, this isn't me, I don't wear Adidas track pants, we can still identify you.
We can still see your teeth.
We can still see you. Yes. But again, back to the pants. If you are not wearing an Adidas tracksuit, that means it's probably summer and you're probably visiting the Grand Canyon, what are other places?
Where do they go? They probably go to New York.
They like going to
Everybody
New York.
likes going to New York, probably.
And
LA.
The tightest little jorts. Every time they got the tightest little jorts on.
But they're like still knee length.
They are still knee length. They're like
honestly a little upsetting. Yeah.
Okay, Pride.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my little.
Well,
I don't even remember. Where did we start?
Welcome to the podcast that I've decided to create.
Do you have a little tidbit that you'd like to say about anything?
No, I just thought it'd be fun, and that's really it. So, welcome to my balcony. Right. It's kind of cold.
It's pretty fucking cold.
But it will be warmer.
Let's check the forecast.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's 46 degrees.
We're not going to put that in Celsius because we think that British people are
They are actually aren't allowed in the United States of America.
Yeah, they're not allowed to come here.
No.
I don't know if you guys didn't catch up on that, but...
Well, the UV index is low, thank God. So British, You're safe.
Good, because I'm covered in
And
retinol. I'd be boiling.
I'm covered in Vaseline.
Writhing in the sun, just drying out. No.
That's some bullshit that my dad used to tell me. He used to give me advice like that. You shouldn't always listen to your parents, okay?
Sometimes the advice is bad.
No, because he was like, I'd be like, oh my God, how do you get so tan in like the summer? Because he gets really tan, but he has like olive skin, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He has like some Italian in him.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Don't beat me up. And
that's actually the best advice.
Right?
Yeah.
So he has some Italian in him. And so he like gets really dark in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, how do you do it? And he's like, so first step, I don't wear a shirt. Okay.
You're like,
Great.
cool. Well, I'll make sure to do that.
Titties out.
Yeah, okay.
Titties straight out.
Step one. You're out on your balcony.
And then the best tanner on the market.
Olive oil?
99-cent baby oil.
Oh.
Baby
Is that
oil.
good for you, though?
No!
Like, because I was going to say, what's your secret? And it's like, well, your secret is melanoma.
You're cooking your skin.
You're cooking yourself like a baked potato. Isn't that nice?
Well, a baked potato, you'd be wrapped in foil, if we're going to be honest.
Real.
You'd be wrapped in foil.
That,
more like a roasted potato.
Mm.
The Brits love that. I should get
a roasted bean or something.
A roasted bean.
Do they roast their beans?
You know, have you ever tried a roasted bean?
No.
A roasted chickpea? Pretty
yes.
Well,
I do actually like chickpeas.
Chickpeas are beans.
They're kind of boring, but I kind of like it.
They are kind of boring, but
it's kind of like eating chalk, but it's fun.
See, and that's the first thing that I learned about being a vegetarian is chickpeas.
Chalk is fun.
Chalk is fun.
And you can still have joy in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
jury's still out on that, actually.
Jury's, yeah.
No, that's kind of fair. Meat's like kind of good.
No, it is. And that's one thing that I think vegetarians should stop lying about is they are.
Thank you. It's okay if you don't want to eat meat.
Okay.
You don't have to be like, no, I just don't like it. You could say I like it and I just don't eat it because I just feel that way, and that's fine.
Here's the thing: people that say, you know, I've never liked meat, I've never eaten meat.
They're going to hell alone. You know, and that's okay because they're lying. It's true though. They're fully lying.
They're fully lying. I'm sorry, if you've ever had a nice cooked steak, peppercorn crust.
Like, shut the fuck up. A steak?
With a baked potato.
Death row. If I'm on death row, a steak is on my list of items. We talked about this. A steak was on the list.
Steak was on the list. What was on my list?
I don't even remember. I also don't remember what was on my list, though.
Oh, a London fog.
Yeah, no, that was on there with lavender.
With lavender and vanilla.
Okay, yep. Checks out. Dude, I could have put lavender in your matcha.
It's fine.
It's not too late. But I
like how it is right now. It's good. So I have a few topics that I'd like to segue into.
Yeah.
And
actually, wait, I have one that I'd like to start us with.
Okay, let's go for it.
Because for context, the way that we met was probably hard to believe now considering the everything about me, but before we met,
look at our outfits really quickly.
I mean, we are dressed the same still. Yes, but I do have shorter hair now. But before we first met, everyone and their fucking mom was like, dude, you guys are the same person,
Right.
And we were like, sure, whatever. Because, like, I don't know, sometimes I get that, whatever. And then we met, and we were like, oh, it's because we're both really loud, and we love to talk, and we also snort and we laugh. And that was it. I mean, and we like K-pop.
And K-pop.
But that, again, not, like, defining characteristics.
By the way, looking at a picture.
A photo card of Subin that's in the back of my phone case.
Correct.
And he looks great. And that's cool. He's here to support us.
He looks great.
Thank you to my fans.
I like your entire vibe back here.
Thank you.
So this is, you want to see mine? Busted.
Yeah. No case is terrifying.
No case. Absolutely busted.
I can't think about people who don't use phone cases.
I used to, and then it got busted anyway, and I said, fuck it. Fuck a phone case. If it's already busted, fuck a phone case.
And I love that for you, and I couldn't do it. I'd be too nervous.
I've actually cut myself on this.
But yeah, anyway, so before we met, everyone's like, you're the same. Whenever we met, we started hanging out. This was like freshman year of college, not high school. Can you imagine? No. And one thing that no one said to us, but I think is really blaringly true that we also are the same in, is that we're both late to things. Chronically late.
Chronically.
And I just wanted to talk about that because I think that people assume that we don't feel shame for being late.
We definitely do.
And I want them to know that there is plenty of self-shame going on.
Crap ton of shame.
Yeah. So I'm like, we know whenever I'm late, I'm already like...
If I'm 5 minutes late, I'm like...
It's like I'm at gunpoint. Like I'm stressed.
When you're 5 minutes late?
Yeah.
Or when you're... Here's the thing. When I'm 5 minutes late, I'm like,
But it's, and then you reach a point though where you're like, well, I'm already late. So like any additional time is kind of,
That was
it's
me when I
already
came out of
gone.
the shower. I was late today.
That was parked
When I came
outside
out of
and
the
you got
shower,
out of the shower.
I got out of the shower. I looked at my phone. I'm like, River's probably already texting my bitch ass. And I looked at my phone 8 minutes ago. Here. And I looked at
To
my
be fair,
first text.
though-
I said, I'll be ready in 20 minutes. 28 minutes
It's okay.
later.
It's okay.
No. And the thing is, I was like,
'Cause
fuck
I
it.
get it.
I gotta put some clothes
If
on.
anyone's
Like,
gonna
I
get you,
can't.
it's gonna be me.
No,
'cause
it
I'm
is. Because you're like, I'm ready immediately. And I'm like,
No, because I did text.
Uh-huh.
My text was, "I'm here whenever you're ready." Because I was like, I'm content to just sit on my
period.
phone and
I
scroll
appreciate
Twitter.
that. I do appreciate that.
I don't give a fuck.
Bro,
It's
but-
whatever.
Okay, being on time to events kind of stresses me out a little bit. No, being on time is fine, but here's the thing:
Being
if I would
early-
have been on time to Teddy and Sadie's apartment yesterday, like if I would have gone by myself, I would have
been
been
on time.
earlier. I would have
Yeah.
been earlier than literally everyone, and Sadie wouldn't have been ready.
See,
That's what I'm saying,
and that's
So,
real.
I think it's just a gay thing.
No, the gays are chronically also kind of all late, and
Oh,
then
I've not-
and then
Maybe
then,
not Lindsay though. Lindsay's,
no, she's punctual.
Lindsay's very punctual.
I'm
Lindsay
so
and Hannah.
proud of her.
But
it couldn't be
Hannah's in the
me.
fucking military.
That's true.
That's the thing.
She's
Right.
the goat. She's our strongest soldier. Literally, she's the strongest one we have. But yeah, you did not see the video of us fight, did you?
No. When you say fight, what the
So
fuck do you mean by that?
at a previous dinner, we were talking about, like, I don't remember what we were talking. We were talking about sparring or something.
Right.
And jokingly, a couple of previous times, Hannah and I have been like, "Dude, we're gonna like fight. It'll be so funny."
Like,
as a
what
joke, like a
style?
spar, just like for fun, just wrestle a little. And
that's
we,
kinda hot.
I think we had all drank a little. I can't remember. Actually, no, I was stone sober this time.
Right.
And we had talked about it
That's
drunk
usually how it
previously,
is.
and then it came up again. And Hannah goes, "We should just do it right now." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And Hannah's a lot smaller than me.
Right. Hannah is a lot
I
smaller
got
than you.
diced. So she clears the furniture out, and everyone's just like, "Are you guys actually gonna?" And we're like, "Yeah, no, it's chill." Like, and then she goes, "Okay, so we have to like, what are the rules?" And I was like, "Well, I mean," she's like, "Well, no face
Legs
grabs," and I
only.
was like, "Well, obviously," and she's like, "No hair
Pussy
pulling," and I was like,
out.
"Yeah." I mean, so we're doing the rules. She like says a couple things. I'm like, "Well, yeah, obviously, I wasn't gonna like, I thought we didn't know we were fighting like that."
Right.
And then I'm like, "No, for sure." Words she did not say included no choking, weren't not on the list. So we start like wrestling.
she chokes you.
And literally, she goes for it was so funny. I mean, I consented,
I
so it was
would've
fine. No, but the video, it's terrible. Not only do I look
like,
horrible in the video, I literally got diced so bad. So then afterwards, I was like, okay,
That's
you know, what'd be a
embarrassing,
second really
actually.
fun idea. This summer, you teach me how to fight in the park, and then we can
See,
spar once I know
okay.
what I'm doing.
Here's the thing. I have way too much confidence in myself. I am like, oh, I could beat most people's
No,
asses.
and the best part about
And
this,
I can't.
yeah,
No
you
part in me
you can't.
can.
So I got horribly humbled, and then this, of course, it's on video because City tapes everything. So there's a video of me getting diced by Hannah, and Hannah she sends me the video because I texted her like a day or two later. I'm like, dude, send me the video. I don't have it. Like I want to see it. She's
I want
like,
to see how
for
epic
sure.
we look. And
Yeah,
you're just like,
and I'm like a whale, like flopping on the ground. It's not good.
getting
It was so
harpooned.
funny.
Your blowhole.
Yeah, it's me getting harpooned on the carpet in her apartment. No, but she's like, yeah, I showed it to a couple people in my med school cohort, and they go, "Why are you fighting that guy? He's way bigger than you." Like they all
Hannah's
thought I was gonna win,
wait.
and it's so funny.
wait
'Cause
for it.
She's like, "Hope that was affirming for you," and I'm like, "Well, it was, but I did also lose really bad."
really terribly.
So yeah,
Sorry.
Anyways,
that's
so yeah,
funny.
we went chronically late. But the gays are kind of all chronically
They're
late.
all chronically late.
We all walk
for-
fast. We're
Except
always
for
late.
specific lesbians who are chronically early.
Who are very prepared for like every event
event.
forever. Oh, they do that.
Okay, so this is something that I wanted to discuss
I'm
with
so
you.
ready.
It's really not that interesting, but this has been something that's been pissing me off all week because it's been something that has to do with my job,
Okay.
and we work with freezers.
Okay.
Freezers that are like less than the width of
They're
this.
big.
They're big,
Gotcha. But they're not humans.
they're like, imagine a really rich person that has like 2 freezers in their house.
Gotcha. Yep.
That.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the freezers we store like specimens, whatever. And we need to like do this thing where we de-ice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we do this thing where we melt everything in the freezer
Okay.
when we have all of the samples taken out.
Okay.
Okay, that's just like maintenance.
Okay.
What would you call that? What would you call that? Let me give you another example. You take meat out of the freezer to what? The meat?
Defrost.
Defrost?
To thaw.
To thaw. Okay. Okay.
What?
So we've had that established. Defrost or
Thaw.
thaw.
To thaw.
Or-
to become from frozen to not frozen.
Thaw.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people that I work with, love her. Love her. She chronically says de-thaw.
Yeah, that
What are we
would
fucking doing?
irritate
What
me.
are we doing? What are we doing? And it's like, I get mixing it up every once in a while because, right, like de-ice, thawing, I understand. But that is like not just a her thing. I think that's like a Midwest thing. So that happens sometimes.
Well, okay,
where
one
sometimes
thing-
people just say that shit. I'm like,
They say
that's
things
just
that,
fucking
like
not
the syntax
right.
isn't quite right, but you still get the message, and so it's fine. But I don't like it.
No,
You know,
it
Sean
bothers
would do
me.
this. I'm over it now, but when I first, like, Sean would say,
When we say Sean, that's
my partner.
Partner.
Sean would say, so instead of what do I need to do, he would say what needs done, not needs to be done, needs done. And I literally used to, I would almost correct him all the time, and then I was like, it doesn't really matter, so it's whatever. But
You're better than me. 'Cause
I
I'm a fucking
never got
bitch when
that.
it comes to that.
Like because like even when we in high school we worked at a cleaning company, and we'd always have to like ask like whoever's in charge, be like, oh, like Cindy, what else needs done before we go, or like what else should I do before we're done?
Yeah.
And he'd always say what needs done, and she never like went, what does that mean? She always just like knew what he meant.
Maybe that's just like
So
where you
everyone
guys grew
understood,
up.
but no, it's just a him thing. Nobody else. I've never heard anyone say that before.
Maybe it was just a childhood thing because that's what kids
I mean, he's from
do.
Arizona, so maybe they're all weird out there and they talk like that.
Perhaps.
I don't know,
I
but
didn't know he was from Arizona.
yeah, Lord.
Now they're back at Arizona.
Yeah, so he was born there, and then they moved to Wisconsin, and when he was like, I don't know, elementary school or something. So he's grown up mostly in Wisconsin. But I guess the needs done never left him.
Well, and I have more.
Unfortunately.
So I have another one. This is the one that I hear the most frequently in media, with friends,
Okay.
everything. And it has bothered me since I was a child, where I thought about it
You've
one
been
day.
holding on to it.
I thought about it one day and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And
Mhm.
some people get it right, including me. Some people don't get it right. And it's, I could give less of a shit.
No, I get this.
Give less of a
people
fuck.
don't.
You
yeah.
can't though. That's the whole
The
thing.
idea is that you're not supposed to be able to. It's supposed to be that you don't care so much that there's not a single shred of shit or fuck that you could give.
Correct.
And people misuse it.
All the time they misuse
I could
it.
give less. Well, if you could give less, then you care a little more than you should. That's what you're telling me.
Exactly.
No, I think that some people just can't read or write or
Oh,
speak, and
right.
and we're finding that out.
Right. And here's the thing. I like
But
looked
also
it up.
sometimes it's like it's the ones you love.
I feel like I've seen this in like popular media where people say that. And it grinds my gears. And
Well, it's
maybe
like we
I'm
were
just
talking about
crazy,
last
though.
night, and we were like, oh, like celebrities, like we forget that a lot of them literally do not have,
They have
like,
no
some of them-
formal education.
or they finish high school and that's it. And depending
it's
on
like,
where they go, and
Where
depending
even
on
did you finish high school? Though,
well, and also
even?
it depends on where they go, but it also depends like if they're doing, like, I don't even know. They're working in
Mhm.
their industry as a kid,
right.
and they still finish high school. A lot of times, it's probably like a tutor or like a program or
Right.
something that they're not like in traditional sit down in the school high school.
No, but homeschooling is better, obviously.
Yeah, well, no, it's like
duh.
some guy. Well, again, homeschooling's always better,
Right.
And I've always said that, and it actually works perfectly for everyone.
Yes, that's what I always say. That
Reading is not fundamental. And
I
that's
say-
what I've always believed.
don't get your vaccinations. Don't teach them how to read because they can figure it out naturally. Make sure that you have
Reading comes naturally. Reading.
reading comes naturally. Second principle of homeschooling. Number 3, don't teach cursive.
No, okay, but that one's real, though.
Heretics.
Cursive's stupid. I guess it's like looks nice, but like we could just eat pasta. We don't have to write it. You know, like we don't know. Like, does anyone use cursive?
Pasta, cursive.
It's all wiggly.
I'm familiar with what cursive is.
And
Thank
pasta
you.
is like that.
Oh,
spaghetti
pasta is
specifically.
also wiggly. Okay, got it.
I just like we don't need that.
Technically, no, we don't need it anymore. But
We didn't need it when we had it.
Oh, bitch. Can we talk about that?
Because like everyone and their
Can we
fucking
talk
mom,
about
the most
that?
decrepit old people I've ever met, who are about 74 years old, teaching me in elementary school.
Well, and here's the thing. No one can read anyone else's cursive.
no one
That's
can even
the
read
thing.
my
It's
regular
literally-
handwriting.
it's
We should worry about
actually-
that first.
It's actually a code, I think. Like, if you gave my cursive script to
We'd
someone
have to-
studying English
we have
in
to crack
Chile,
the code.
They
Like,
would be like, I have no fucking clue
Yeah.
what this bitch is talking
no,
about.
it'd be like high security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially like anyone's grandmother writing them a cursive note for happy birthday. I'm sorry, they have
Every
birthday. I
recipe-
can barely fucking tell that says
Any
happy
recipe
birthday.
written in cursive before the year like 1980,
Yes.
unreadable.
Actually unreadable.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they didn't actually know what the fuck they were putting in their in their goddamn muffin.
They were taking some creative liberties.
They were like,
It's
half
okay.
cup,
Yeah,
good,
maybe.
maybe a cup.
There's kind of a cup. Whatever you think that means, put that in. I'm
Wheat,
sure the cake will
whole
turn out
wheat.
fine. No, yeah, because like they would always harp at us growing up. There's like, no, you have to learn cursive.
Right.
Okay, I will say, well,
You know what I do
the
think that they
typing
should.
class. Do you remember typing class?
They
They
should've-
put the weird orange skin
No,
over the.
we did not do that.
We had typing class where you'd like go in a little computer lab and they put
See,
the
we
thing
had
over the
typing class.
keyboard and you couldn't see the keys.
I don't like that.
And you had to like do it and pass all the tests. I didn't learn shit from that. I learned how to type because in early high school, I somehow got through all that and didn't really know how to type
I don't get
regularly.
that, but
still did
okay.
this, and then I got to high school and I was like, dude, it'd be so much more efficient if I could just type without looking. And then I decided I was just gonna learn.
But that's the
So
thing
I
with-
just forced my way through it until I could do it, and now I can
That's the
type really
thing.
fast.
That's the thing with most formal education, where I do understand. You know, I was being facetious with the homeschooling thing earlier. My bad, but I do understand where it's like the desire to learn is so important for actual learning, because I was like
Yeah.
actually so bad at reading when I was
Dude.
like 5, because I was like, fuck all this shit. I don't give a fuck about Dot and her
You
goddamn
know what we could
dog.
do though? We should be using spite as a tool to motivate learning. Because instead they're like, you should just learn because
right.
you'll need to know. And it's like, no, but if you told people like it'd be too hard for you to learn. The kids that play Fortnite and like grind that
Right.
shit, they'd be like, no, actually.
We
You know what I
actually,
mean?
can I say something? That's a bad idea.
No, I
Because-
know.
Okay.
See, it was but like we'd get through to some people at least.
To some. Yes, to some, but I feel like a lot of people have been like historically told that they are stupid, and you do need to give them
Which is
encouragement, like,
bad.
oh, you can do it. This is possible. It's like people need to know that it's possible. So there's that element, but there also needs to be like a desire beyond, oh, it is possible for me.
Yeah,
Right?
I think
Like there needs to be that like external desire, because it was like when
Well-
I figured out my sister was reading these cool books, I was like,
I
I
could do
want to read
that.
these cool books, but
Yeah.
I can't read these cool books
I
because
think
I don't
if-
know what to read.
if they frame it more as like this is the world that opens up to you once you have these tools to
Right.
enjoy that world,
Instead
that's a
of,
better
you
way than
need
being like,
to.
well, you need to learn this because your future job in the factory, like,
Right.
I don't know. And the education system was built for like the Industrial Revolution and has not really been
Right.
reformed since. So it's clear that that's still the vibe. Like it's all
Right.
very scheduled. It's very like not militaristic, but like it's all very like
I pledge
you-
allegiance
you
to the
follow-
flag of the
yeah,
United
you
States
pledge
of America
allegiance, which I think
and
is
to the republic
horrible.
in which-
I hate
Yeah.
it.
for which
I
it stands.
fuck the
one public-
Pledge of Allegiance. I still think that's creepy.
Let me see if I
um,
remember it.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and
to
to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with liberty, indivisible. I don't
with
know,
liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Okay, so
Amen.
someone here,
Say amen.
amen. People
No.
in Texas do.
No, because the last like 2 years of high school, I just stopped doing it. Like I would just stand there and I wouldn't say anything because I was like,
Well,
I
that's the
kind of don't
thing.
fuck with this.
What's
So I just kind of
interesting-
stopped, but nobody cares.
See, but I went to a Catholic high school, so I didn't have to do.
Yeah,
I didn't have to do that because they were like, we don't care about.
we don't
United
care about the country. We
States.
care about
We
the
care
big dog
God.
upstairs.
I know you added that little line in. We don't give a shit. So you know what they did?
Yeah,
They did morning prayer.
yeah. What did you do? The Lord's Prayer?
No, we did
Oh.
morning
You
prayer.
had a special prayer?
We had a special prayer every day.
Far too many prayers.
And guess what? I was always late. I never.
So you missed it.
I missed it.
And so you couldn't remember a single one because you
Right.
weren't there.
I
Because
wasn't
you were in
there.
the shower for 40
You know,
minutes.
and okay, this is a fun little question. What is the bare minimum for you to join a cult?
A cult?
Yeah. So like, what's the bare minimum thing that they like amenity that they would have that would be you'd be like, okay, fuck it, I'm joining. I feel like it'd be easy for us to join a cult.
If I got a professional massage every day, paid for by the cult,
Right.
consider me in.
I
You know, like,
professional massage with oil.
I don't, do they all, I don't know.
They all come with oil.
They all
usually.
come, they come with something, lotion or oil.
And
It,
you,
doesn't-
you
it
just
really
mean,
doesn't matter.
You just mean straight up professional massage.
Regular professional massage, I'm naked under the blanket. It's like really hot in there.
Right.
It's like they got the soothing music. There's like a diffuser in the
You know
room.
what? That's
One a day, or even 2 a day, but just one a day would be enough. I'd be in.
holy shit. No, you might be onto something.
No,
there.
because like my
I feel like I have even lower standards.
Well, I don't know.
That's
That was the
thing.
first thing that came to mind. Because in my head, if I'm like financially, if I've made it in life, I feel like a good marker for me to be like, oh, I've made it. I could
Right.
afford to get a massage at least twice a month and have it
Not
be
twice a month.
twice a month or
once
every
2
week,
weeks.
and be like, that's like I can afford this and it's not hurting me at all. Like I have enough money to like throw away this. That would
Wouldn't
be I've
nice?
made it. You know.
God, no, a professional
Because
massage.
if you can afford that,
If
you
you
can travel,
haven't
you can do
had-
whatever, you can go out to eat. Like you have enough money for all the other shit.
If you have not had a professional massage, go get yourself
No,
a
seriously.
professional massage. It is like
Actually, don't,
honestly,
because then you'll realize you want more and you can't have it. So maybe
it's
don't. Maybe wait.
So
Wait until you win the lottery.
the thing is, Bailey had never had one. My partner never had one. And we went on this like nice little Northwoods vacation.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, no, this will be like a fun little stop in town. And I brought him in. We didn't get to do a couples massage because they always mark up for couples massage. Never get a fucking couples massage.
Don't they just massage you in the same room?
Yeah, like there's
nothing
romantic.
special about it.
You're just like a
You're
little
just
bit more
both there.
self-conscious about like tooting in front of 3 people instead of 1. That's like the only thing.
Okay,
So,
no, that's real though, because I am literally sometimes, because you're holding it in.
Oh,
you're fighting
let me
for
tell
your
you,
life.
one of the masseuses that I had did not hold it the fuck in.
Oh, she
was tooting all up on me.
Which should have been
Holy
the green light for
But
you
here's
to
the
toot
thing.
back.
Okay, red flag here. I used a Groupon.
No, my mom
that's
loves
why she was.
Groupon.
That's why she was farting in my face. Like I swear to God, it was because
it was a Groupon. She said, "I know you didn't pay full price for this. I'm gonna whip ass."
And
in
she
this
like
little,
left the door
this little
open.
Room.
It was it was weird.
Not the door open.
This was not the Northwoods one. This is a different one. Because me and Bailey, every time we go on vacation now, massage has to be booked.
That's so real though.
Because like I took him here. I took him to the place, and he was like, I think I got him like just a normal one, not even like a deep tissue. Because
I just get the normal one.
If you get a deep tissue,
I'm not strong enough for that.
If you do not, I'm telling you, I'm being so real with you.
So fucking for real right now.
If you have not gotten a normal massage and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sore, like I
get
need a deep tissue.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Because actually, what's gonna happen? You're gonna wake up the next day.
You're not.
And you're gonna feel like you've been riddled with bullets from a machine gun.
You're gonna bullets.
You've crawled through Nam.
You've had
a landmine has gone off
had at least
in your back.
2 like medieval diseases.
You've been on the what's the board or the drawn and quartered where they tie you to 4 horses and pull you apart.
Yeah,
that's happened to you yesterday at the massage, and then you
Right.
wake up and you're
you're not ready for it.
No,
you need to like work.
I left the
your way
regular
up.
massage, and I was
And I
like,
was like,
I am gonna feel this tomorrow,
Yeah,
and for 4 days.
And that's what's crazy when a massage is you're like, I got the shit beat out of me, loving it. You love it,
and it was good.
And it's so good.
No, because it hurts so good.
It hurts so good. That's the thing. So he didn't even get a deep tissue, and he was like, "Wow." It was essentially that. The next day, he was like, "I'm like sore, but also so,
it's so nice.
At the same time.
My body works again.
God, I need a massage. It's
Real.
so good.
So in Haikyuu,
Yep.
Hypothetically, if Aikawa,
I know Aikawa,
Seijo, and Kageyama and Karasuno switched places, which team would be stronger? I think this is an easy question, but I could be wrong.
If they switched places, who would
they switch teams? Who would be better as
the
a team
cohesively?
Or like, I guess, who would succeed?
You know what? Oh wait.
Because I
think it would be Seijo. And no, here's why. Why.
Tell me why.
I feel like the success of Karasuno was specifically late season success was dictated by the effort and synchronicity of Kageyama and Hinata.
Because I can see them together. They jump started a lot of the passion for the team, and their
drive,
the heart of the revival.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Karasuno as a team,
and Oikawa is so talented. He is so talented. So maybe, but
here's my counterpoint though. I think Kageyama wouldn't. I don't think he'd be able to gel with Seijo. Because I also hate how people think he's just emotionally stunted, because he is, but he's not completely.
Okay.
And that's part of his character arc, obviously.
Kageyama.
But I don't think he'd be able to become part of the team the way that Oikawa could at Karasuno.
Well, here's the thing. Oikawa was not just part of the team. He was the leader of the team as well. And Kageyama probably wouldn't have been able to step in as leader of the team.
I agree.
So I understand what you're saying, but there was already a leader of Karasuno already there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that they might have butted heads as
See,
Oikawa, because
I can see
Oikawa
that.
really likes
He likes controlling everything.
right?
But I think also at the
and
same
I don't think Hinata would have thrived under Oikawa. Oikawa would have been like, get the fuck off the court. You can't do shit.
I don't
Get
know.
off the court.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if Oikawa would have given him the time that Kageyama was forced to give him, because they had to make things work.
I agree with that. But yeah, I think that...
Because they had to put an after-hour practice, and Oikawa has the dedication, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he would have put individual dedication, because I often think that Oikawa...
He would have said it's not the most efficient for the team.
Exactly.
There's someone else who's better, who is faster.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think that...
That's my take.
I think that Daichi, as captain, was able to let go because he knows how fucking neurotic the first years were. So he's like, you know what? Kageyama, if you're going to be a little freak, you know what?
Go be a freak with the other little freak.
I'm the captain, but you can also do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would have been able to compartmentalize, like, you know what? I'm not the setter. I understand how it all works, the cogs in the machine or whatever.
Okay, so you think he would have been okay with Oikawa?
I think Seijo would have.
Who else was on Seijo?
Well,
Remind me.
Iwazumi, him and Kageyama hated each other. They would have hated each other.
Yeah.
Because they're both controlling, and I think they're both...
They have Mad Dog?
Yeah, and that was my second point. Him and Kageyama, no. They could not be on the court together.
They would not have been able to use him.
They would not have been able to use him.
No.
But also, part of me is like, well, if they were the same person, maybe would they understand each other? Would they be able to synergize? Maybe it would have been... But it would have fucked with everybody else.
Maybe it would have been Mad Dog. Mad Dog, Kageyama could be like Kageyama... Hinata. It could have been...
Yeah, they could have synergized in their insanity.
But I don't know. It's hard to know.
But I don't know. That's all. I just saw that on Reddit.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's such a fun idea to think about.
That is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Haikyuu, highly recommend.
Highly recommend watching
not into anime, shut up and watch it. It's really good. The plot is... these kids are passionate about volleyball. About that.
Let's talk on that.
People that hate on anime, they should all die. I stand by that. No, but
speak on that.
I think that... I don't know. I feel like people... They just... Is it inherently racist? Because I feel like sometimes... people hate harder on anime and K-pop than they hate on other passions. Like, you could be like, no, I love to watch Gossip Girls. Like, I'm like religious about I'm religious about watching
singular.
Or like sure. Or like, oh, I'm religious about watching Degrassi. Like, I've watched it 400 times and I'm obsessed. I love it. People would be like, okay, that's cool.
It's more frequent.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Sure. Yeah. It's a little nerdy, but whatever. But then you're like, oh no, I've watched this one anime like 3 times. People will be like, they'll be like, that's weird or that's childish. Like, why is it?
Well, why do they only anime people?
Why do they do that?
I feel like there is an element of like otherness. Like, there's like, oh, you watch this thing that like you can't fully understand. Why would you do that? It's the same thing with
but
like,
you
K-pop.
can.
But that's the thing.
They give you the translation. Right. What do you like?
Right, like like we live in the 20th century,
like
21st century. Like it's not.
We have high-speed rail. I think I can read subtitles.
Yeah.
Also, important question. How strongly do you feel about subtitles versus watching the English dub? And for those who don't know what an English dub is, it is the show originally in Japanese, but they voice act in English and they hire completely American people to do a new cast of voice acting.
Can be so for real.
Yes.
So I used to be like really irritated with people that were like, I only watch sub. I only watch sub. And I'm like, God, you're so elitist. Like, that's so annoying. And then I started actually watching more anime, because here's the thing. I watched Studio Ghibli first, and they have it is different, but it is still like
great
in the category great English.
Well, and part of the reason that it is so good is because
they hire actual fucking actors and voice actors for it.
It's because Disney. So back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, Disney actually put a bunch of, I think, if my lore memory is correct, Disney put a bunch of money into helping Ghibli break out into like the Western sphere, because they were big in Japan.
Like associated.
And they put a bunch of money in it to help them do, like, they basically partnered for the American release of stuff.
Right.
So like Spirited Away, for example, would come out in Japan, it would do really well, and then like a year or two later, or whatever, they'd cast like highbrow, high profile American, British, like Western actors who are good at voice acting,
God,
and the cast would have Howl's Moving Castle has Christian Bale.
I'm so sorry.
The whole cast.
Christian Bale in Howl's Moving Castle.
Josh Hutcherson plays Markle. Like the whole cast is all actual people who this is literally their whole career.
Yeah,
and they did a really good job of actually remaking it as something, staying true to what it is.
Right.
And I think that's a very different. I think when you watch.
That's what I'm saying, but that was my first thing. So
yeah, so it's easy to be like, no, the dub's probably fine.
The dub's probably great.
Then
no. There are very select animes where the dub is great.
And that's the problem.
Psyche K, weirdly, you wouldn't think that it would translate very well. The dub, fantastic for Psyche K. But you might not like Psyche K. So
I tried it. It was okay. It just, I'll maybe come back to it later. I just wasn't into it.
It's one of my favorite animes. It's so
I respect the people like it, but I just,
I love it. So I like a lot of more slice of life, cutesy, like funny.
Yeah, we're very different anime vibes. Yeah. I like to watch the world end.
Well, but I've seen that too.
Die. But that's my favorite. But I prefer that to being happy.
Interesting.
Like I prefer like Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, like Chainsaw Man. Like I like watching the dark. I love horror manga.
See, but I do too. That's
I love
the thing. But I need both.
Well, see, yeah, I mean, Haikyuu I feel like is a special one because everybody enjoys Haikyuu. I've not met a person who didn't like it.
Once they watched it.
Yeah, because it just is so good. And I think sports anime does a good job of towing the line between, like, being, like, a shonen, like, hero story.
It depends on the sports anime, though. Because sometimes it gets a little gay. A little too gay.
A little too gay. Yeah, I agree.
For the casual watcher that is straight.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not everything's for the casual watcher.
You want to watch a swimming anime? Go somewhere else.
You can't. You simply can't. Haikyuu is for everyone, and I strongly believe that.
They are. For whoever
Blue
you are.
Lock, maybe not for everyone.
Not for everyone.
We didn't finish it, but we did start it.
I watched way more than you.
Yeah, that's not where I thought we would go with the show.
It's so fucking funny. It's actually so funny. If you want to watch the most dramatized version of
it's kind of like Survivor. I've never watched Survivor. That's what I imagine Survivor's like. It's probably
just
a similar
like any elimination show ever. Yeah.
I think part of the problem with sub versus dub is that some shows.
Yeah, no, I'm fully on
team sub.
Sub.
Yeah, same. But I understand that some people watch dub and they like it. That's great. I just need them to understand that we're having fundamentally different viewing experiences.
Totally
because
different.
Some shows, Haikyuu for example, the Japanese subtitled version, the original version is, and dare I say, perfect. It's really good, but the tone of the story is completely different in the English dub.
Oh,
because I think they realized that they couldn't remake it as the masterpiece it was, and they were like, okay, if dub is inherently a little cringe and a little funny, we're gonna lean into that, and they made it more funny.
It is funny
and less serious.
I think I watched the season 1 Haikyuu in dub
because
I saw it recommended,
funny.
And so
but it's a different story.
But I ended up watching sub afterwards. Anyway, you're so right.
They're totally different experiences.
Because I think they didn't have the dub for the later seasons out yet, and I had to switch from dub to sub, which is fucking jarring. I would not recommend that.
They're totally different people. The characters themselves are characterized in such a different way because the way that they play off each other is different.
Even the cheers make you like kind of cringe.
Yeah.
You transition from one to the other. Because you're like, oh.
Okay, and I have to say this as people who like both anime and K-pop, sometimes I love not understanding because I don't care if it's cringe because I don't need to know.
I don't need to know.
Like if I listen to a K-pop song, and
I
can pick out some of the words.
The subtitles are
Sometimes the subtitles are off. I don't care what you're saying. I know it's about love and being young and happy.
Who are those gay people? Who are those gay men? Who are those gay boys?
Only one of real ones.
You got
their whole discography is perfect. But well, some of their songs are not that bad. But
I showed that video to Bailey. Holy shit!
The way that I would never show that to Sean.
He was like,
you'd have to waterboard that out of me.
What the fuck are you watching?
I'd sooner be waterboarded than sit in front of Sean and play that video for him.
What is the name of the song? Only one of
Libido.
That
one's great. Great song.
The song name itself is crazy.
Okay, but but
they're setting them up.
The beat is so good. It's so crunchy. The sounds they sampled for that song are so good.
It is pretty good. But it is the horniest music video.
He walks in like a dog. Like it's wild.
It's quite literally one of the horniest.
Music videos. Well, that's the thing. I get the privilege of not being fluent, so I can just turn stuff off and be like, I don't know what this says, and I don't care. I'm here for the vibe of the music.
Vibe only.
And sometimes that's okay. And I think anime is the same way. Like sometimes it can be like, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe maybe some of the subtext is lost on me.
Triple suicide, great. Do you remember that shit?
No. What is that?
You've never seen that shit in anime where they're like, let's have a triple suicide, double suicide. Yeah, I'm watching crazy shit apparently. Holy shit.
You like slice of life, except for when they all kill themselves.
They're like they get like weirdly deep in slice of life stuff. Where they
Did you actually know? That's actually no, we will discuss it. Have you watched Bunny what is it? Something the Bunny Girl Senpai?
Bunny Girl Senpai?
Have you watched that show?
No, I haven't. I think
Red Flag, it's apparently one of Subin's favorite anime.
I don't think it is a Red Flag.
I watched it. It's actually not. Because you thought you see the poster and you watch the first episode and you're like, oh, I don't know about this. But then the plot's not actually like that really at all.
See, she
just wears the outfit at first for what reason, I'm really not sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it a romance?
No. I mean, a little, but it's mostly the plot. I'm trying to remember the plot because it's been a while. But pretty much, she's like disappearing.
Oh, that's
like
kind of cool.
Like people can't see her or hear her except for this guy, and so she walks around in this like Playboy bunny outfit to be like, no one can see me, because she's like, if someone sees me, they'll go, what the fuck are you wearing? Because it's Japan, and so she does that to be like, to confirm to herself, like, is this actually happening to me or am I tweaking out?
Oh wait, no, that's
and
cool.
then like this guy is like, bro, what the fuck are you wearing? And she's like, okay, thank God you can see me. Please help me. I'm disappearing. Like, I don't know what to do. And so then they go on this journey together to like try and figure out what's going on. I actually don't remember how it ends. I think it's a good show.
I want to watch that.
It's good.
Because
but you have to, and like most anime, you have to really buckle up for the first 2 episodes because it's rough.
Oh,
like
it's
recommending
rough.
anime, it's like putting a gun in your mouth.
You have got.
I'm like, you gotta watch this show, but if you can
an hour
just
and a half of your time,
forget about the part where they're half naked, and also forget about all the stuff they're gonna say in the first episode. I need you to just ignore everything that happens really quick, and then it'll get good.
Ancient Magus Bride.
You tell me about this
girl. Just ignore the first season. Mm-hmm. The first season, put it out of your brain.
Luckily, though, honestly, Attack on Titan, one of the greatest to ever do it. That show, they don't do that at first. They start out and they're just like, yeah, everything sucks.
Yeah, except they're like, okay.
I mean, they're children, so I'd be concerned. But like,
but also with Attack on Titan, there are some problematic points.
Oh yeah.
There are some problematic.
Oh yeah.
Themes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm like, I thought I knew what you were doing. Now I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Are you? Ooh.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah. The armbands did not need to come out. No one needed. We did not need a direct reference when we already knew what you were referencing.
I agree with that. But also, I think there's going to be, and I think he maybe anticipated that a lot of people were going to go, well, maybe it's not really about that. And so he went, actually, no, it is.
But it also,
do you know what I mean? It also is, but it isn't.
But it's also not all that, because he's like, let me throw the blame back on him.
And for context, this show,
right,
some of the themes are about colonialism and imperialism and genocide and the systematic oppression of groups of people, and he references what happened, Nazi Germany and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then he also
just throws in random fucking references like all the time, where you're like, what are you even talking about actually anymore?
My mild counterpoint to this is just that just because you reference one thing doesn't mean you have to follow the whole plot of it.
Right.
So I think it's a little fair to be like, well, and it's kind of like this, but it's kind of not. And I don't know.
It got really convoluted.
It got so convoluted, and
there
that
was
made
a
me
tree.
Because the show was
the tree
so
is actually
good.
it was all a tree's fault. At the end of the day, it was just because of a tree.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it all about Ymir or whatever? Yeah, and that's the real plot.
That's
the real plot. Like, are humans inherently bad?
But that's the thing.
When given power.
The thing is, I feel like we could have me being
like, I could have written it better than Isayama, actually.
But I know I couldn't. But here's the thing.
But I can't finish anything.
It's just like it just lost the plot so hard, so quickly, and it was like, I'm just so disappointed with the last half of.
I think seasons 1 through 3 are really good.
Well, yeah, but then shit gets
and then it gets kind of
crazy.
Because seasons 1 through 3, season 1, and I highly recommend the show to anyone who hasn't watched it. Please watch Attack on Titan. To put it in vague terms, season 1 of the show is like, here's this apocalyptic, world-ending battle that this group of that humanity is fighting against.
Right.
And then season 2, they go, okay, so here's the scale of the show. It's actually so much bigger than you thought it was. Mm-hmm. There's actually more. And then it keeps going like that. Like the subplots are so good. and the way he continues to scale the show is really well done.
It is really
and then
cool.
you hit season 4 and it's like, okay, I don't really know.
I don't really
what
know what
happened
you're
to
talking
us.
about anymore.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
is who?
Who are these
He
children?
knew this
Yeah, and well,
and somehow had control.
I will say though, there's an hour-long YouTube essay that I did watch.
I'm sure there is.
And it's about why like Eren Yeager is the tragic hero, and it explains the whole plot and goes through like why things happen the way they do.
I hate that motherfucker.
I think you should watch it because I hated him, and now I don't love him, but I also am more neutral because I think there were parts that I truly didn't put together, and then I like they do a
Maybe.
good job of being like,
Yeah.
okay, here's where he knew this, here's where he didn't, here's why he acted this way, here's where he had control, here's where he didn't, and it does a good job of being like, it's
Okay,
it's
period.
okay, man, it's okay. So I don't know, I recommend it because it helped actually like put the whole story into context for me. Because I did watch
I
it
be
over the course
honest?
of what, like
This
7 years.
This is my thing. I think he's one of the most selfish characters in all of anime.
Yeah.
Which, no, that's not true. You know what?
No,
No.
Light Yagami.
I was just about to say Light.
That motherfucker.
Light Yagami is one of the most selfish characters in all of anime, where he's just like, I'm gonna fuck around and kill people. I'm gonna fuck around because
I'm gonna be the god of
I'm
the
gonna
new
be the
world. Like okay.
judge, jury, executioner
with my
all
little
in
diary.
one.
Like,
And then he started just killing like slightly bad.
I'm gonna eat a
people.
potato chip. Have you seen the seen the bit
I'm
of
eating.
Light and Elle being like, have sex with me? If I say yes, he'll think I'm gay, and then he'll know I'm Kiro. But if I say no, he'll think I'm baiting him. That video is so funny, and that is exactly what watching the fucking show is like, though.
Honestly,
Because he talks to himself for 6 minutes, and he's like, and if I eat the potato, it's like, bro, nobody cares.
I think that show's honestly a really good intro.
It
to
is.
anime.
It's been a long time since I watched it. Also, the music, incredible.
So
all the
good.
openings, so good.
To be fair, the last 4 episodes, it falls off.
Kind of falls off,
But
but the rest
for
of it's
that,
enjoyable.
Right.
Yeah.
When has an anime ever been good
The whole way through.
the whole way through?
Haikyuu. Well, except they fucked us with the movie instead of a season. Fuck you.
See?
Fuck you guys at Funimation.
And then I was gonna
Eat
say
my
Hunter
whole
x
ass.
Hunter. It's not even finished.
I still have so much to catch up with.
And
I'm
I haven't
trying to
even
think,
finished
is there a
it.
show I finished that's like good and I've watched the whole thing?
Right.
Holy fuck.
Right. And this is us defending anime for 15 minutes straight, and then we're
I
like,
will say,
they actually all suck ass.
Jujutsu Kaisen still hasn't missed. It was horrible that the people making the show are being
They're so mean.
worked so hard.
Oh,
But the show is so good.
at what's the studio? We should know
Mappa.
this. Mappa.
Sorry, I was having a stroke.
Rip.
Well,
Rip. If
okay.
you work at Mappa,
Also,
rip.
crazy. Attack on
As
Titan
if anyone
started
from
to be
Mappa
produced
would
by
ever-
Wit Studios, and then I think it was season 4.
Four.
Mappa bought it because Wit
Correct.
Studios like dissolved a little,
Correct.
and then they bought it, and then they did that. So honestly, maybe that's why it got weird.
because of Mappa.
No, probably not.
It was
but-
definitely not. It was. It
It was
It
the
was.
plot.
It was the
It
plot
was the
that got
plot.
fucked. I wish that Mappa would have animated the entire
The whole thing.
the whole thing.
I-
It would have been so.
I mean,
good.
season 1's the style totally changes because they have to figure out how to go from like 2D to more 3D
Mhm.
with like, and they started using rotoscoping and all that.
Yeah.
But I think the show. It's nice to
I
watch a show
loved
grow.
season 1. It
You
was
get to watch the show grow over the
Rip.
years because season 1 came out in we were in high school, like freshmen in high school.
But
or
I
maybe
didn't even.
8th grade.
I watched. I think the first time that I watched Attack on Titan was.
It was like 2013
No,
or
that's
2012
the
is when
thing,
it first came out.
But that's the thing. I didn't watch it back then.
See, I watched
it, like,
season 1, forgot about it.
2019.
Yeah, I watched season 1 in middle school or early high school. It's actually how I met some of my like early high school friends. We all bonded over watching Attack on Titan,
That's
which
sweet.
is really cute.
Yeah.
Also, shouts out to Isayama for creating a non-binary character and standing by it.
Period.
Because they
Hanji.
didn't mention Hanji's gender a lot, and then people kept asking like, "Hey, what's the vibes? Is Hanji a girl or a guy?" And Isayama deadass was like,
Don't worry about it, bitch.
Don't worry about it, King. Move on." And then people were like, "Oh, for real?" And I think that's awesome and refreshing. I will say, I mean, they did have it. They had her voiced by a woman, in the show, so she's like a girl on the show, which is fine. But I do think people are aware of the intention of the representation.
I feel like I knew Hanji was non-binary though.
But you can just tell.
Yeah.
you just look at Hanji and you're like, oh, yeah,
That's a thing, man.
yeah. That's a they slash
That's a
them.
damn.
If I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
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 Well, and like growing up, I remember seeing Hanji for the first time, being like, oh my god, you can really have it all.
You can.
And then I was like, oh. But real though, so representation matters. Anime, they gotta get better about representing Black people because the way they draw them,
Oh, mama.
terrible.
Oh, mama. The only like good representation that I've seen for Black people have been in where just the drawing, and this is like bare minimum, just the drawing has not been outrageously offensive. Hunter x Hunter, one of them, and one character in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
that
say
is it. And that is
JJK.
it.
I do think,
And they aren't even main characters.
what's the guy's name in Attack on Titan? The one that
Yeah, no, yes.
he's fine too. I can't remember his name.
Okanop. Wait.
What's his name? Yeah, dude, the
Okay,
fact that they get
girl.
into eugenics in that show, crazy.
It's actually wild.
They do so.
They do
maybe do too
everything.
much.
They
And
do.
that's okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what?
I feel like if he just would have narrowed in, someone needed to just bop him.
Yeah.
Hey, can you fucking focus?
Well, that's like Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like we've reached a point where Gege is just doing whatever he wants. People are like, "Can you explain this?" And he's like, "No."
Actually, no.
I don't know why I made this. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really
anymore.
matter.
I've
We
just
don't
decided
know
it's this way.
Why people power up like this? I
Sure.
know I've already
Sure.
explained it, but it doesn't really make sense in this.
But I don't remember
part.
what I said, and now it doesn't actually apply to the
Yeah.
plot, so forget about it. And you know what? Fuck it. And
I'll
I'm here
eat
to
it
have
up,
fun.
and I'm gonna eat it
it's
up.
for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when it's not. But when it's for fun, it's for fun, and I don't really care.
I've been watching really cutesy stuff. I've been watching Apothecary Diaries.
You told me about this. You said it's Slays.
Mystery. It's like a mystery about. It's like the set is like Imperial China, and
I love historical drama, so count my ass in. I used to read most of the
love
books I would
historical
read
drama.
growing up were like historical
Me
fiction.
too. Specifically wartime.
I love war.
Specifically Vietnam.
We are not beating the autism allegations. So like we love reading books about war.
I think it was just
and
because I
walking
was
on our
like.
toes.
I think it was just my dad.
It's just so interesting.
Forcing me into it though for like the war stuff, and then I would just keep.
Mine was
reading,
all
and I'm like,
natural. I just
"All right,
like that shit.
All right. I love how as a society we're like, children aren't ready to learn about racism. Children aren't ready to learn about gender. But we'll have a full historical detail about how people
Died
drowned
horrifically in the winter.
in the winter season, and they're like, so essentially what you're gonna feel is you're gonna feel full body shivers and your whole body's gonna go numb. Oh, but we can learn about that when we're 7 years old.
Real.
That is
real.
like so insane to me that's like what we are teaching. And we learned about the fucking Holocaust. We're like, yeah, babies are being thrown out windows.
Which
the
the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire.
Right.
Horrific.
So like we are introducing kids to all the stuff which is necessary and important, right? But like
and then
we're
they
like,
just neglect like other important
we don't care
things.
about like sexual health, gender,
No.
racism.
We're so we've done
It's
such a
like-
disservice to the youth of
oh
this
my
country.
God.
We're so fucked.
At this point, yeah.
At
Well,
this point, pack it up. You know, like it's whatever.
I hope that that's just like my perception. I hope that that's not like
Excuse me.
a like actually happening all over in every school district. But the more that I talk to teachers,
Don't talk to teachers. If you want to feel good about the future, don't talk to teachers. Sorry, don't do it. Because they're literally all like guzzling vodka, and they're like, "Please help me, like please, just $12 so I
how's
can buy
Madison
more
holding
markers." Honestly, I don't know. I literally today sent her a TikTok about teachers. I forget what it was about. I think it was More Happy.
Okay, good.
But I get a couple teacher TikToks, and they're not good. They're about how the kids are like socially stunted, and they like the iPad babies. Like I don't think people should have kids and also own an iPad. I think you should have to pick one.
But that's the thing. I don't think it's like I don't think it's a buy one get one type deal. I think it's like I think
they're
iPad
treating it though.
later,
They're like, well, yeah. But no,
know?
if you choose to use an iPad as a form of childcare, you should just get on a plane,
right?
And then it will crash into the ocean.
Get on a plane, crash into the ocean,
and then because like you just shouldn't have. I also think that people who feel scared that their kid's gonna have a birth defect or be disabled or developmentally delayed, they should just not have kids at all.
No, if you're that scared about a child coming out
not being perfect,
right?
You shouldn't have one.
We shouldn't have one. Period.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing: scary to have a child in your care. But I've been a nanny, so like it's not too scary to me.
I've never been around kids. Like I'm never around kids because
You
I'm an
get
only
along with
child.
kids.
I
You
would
get
love
along.
kids. They're fun little guys. But like I never had siblings growing up. I'm the only child. All my cousins were at least 8 years older than me, and they all lived in different states, so I never saw them. Most of my close friends growing up also did not have siblings, like that I hung out with regularly, or they were like the same age, so we all hung out
Right.
together. So I was never around kids, and I'm not an age where my friends have kids, and we don't really have any extended family. Like my family is pretty
hey,
small, so we don't have. I've never been around children. I never babysat.
my
Like I
niece
just
and
didn't
nephew
do
are
that.
coming in June. You want to come meet
Oh
them?
my God,
You want to meet them?
yes, I
They're
would
quite
love
cute.
to.
They're quite adorable.
I would love to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I like have no experience around kids. So then when I started like every time I have like a pediatric patient, I'm always like, "Hey, bro!" Like I just talk to them like little adult people,
Which that's what they
which they
kids
like.
that because
Yeah,
they're independent.
so they do give me hope for the
people.
world though.
Yeah.
Every time I like,
That's,
or
you
when
know
I
what?
volunteer at camp,
Right.
I volunteer as a camp counselor. Well, this will be my last year, but like I volunteer in the summer for 1 week as a camp counselor, for mostly high school age kids, but there are like middle school and younger that I interact with. But like every year I go and I come home and I'm like, you know what, the kids are gonna be okay. They're
Yeah.
funny, they're empathetic, like they got
Mhm.
this. Like you know what, maybe we're fine.
I really
They're a little fucked up, but like we're gonna be okay. I think.
I really do. When people say just full stop, I hate kids, I pause a bit and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because,
I think I used to say that, and then I realized that that wasn't true. Like I think I used to be like, I just hate kids.
You might hate their behaviors.
You don't
in
hate
certain
them.
contexts,
I
right?
don't hate them.
Like they might be overstimulated, and it's like, hey, girl,
Bitch, I've been there
there.
too. me at the bar, end of the night.
Can I tell you one of the most hellish places?
Please,
in the
please
continental
do.
United States. So there is this place, and it's called the City Museum. Have you ever heard of it before? Oh, bitch! It is in St. Louis,
Missouri.
Yes, and I was driving on my way back from Texas to Midwest.
Took a little pit stop.
Took a little pit stop, and we were like, everyone was like, you need to go to the City Museum. They know our age, by the way. Everyone knows that it was me and Bailey. We were, I think, 23, 22 at the time. And I was not sleeping this vacation. I like forgot my sleeping pills at home.
That's rough.
And this is when I had like bad insomnia. And so like
you're also our strongest soldier. People with insomnia.
Oh yeah, I don't have it anymore.
It's just I have a couple friends, and I'm like, man, I don't know how you do it.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
I sleep like the dead.
I
night.
literally took pills that the dogs at the Humane Society take. I take fucking trazodone.
You're taking a horse tranquilizer,
literally,
so you can catch a couple Z's. That's so real.
Well, not getting sleep like actually makes
no, it fucks
crazy.
your shit up for real.
I'm like, everyone is.
No, as soon as I started sleeping 8 hours a night on purpose every night, I was like, oh, I'm normal.
Right.
Like my brain works.
I lost a little bit of fun and zest, but in a good way. So
no, it's fine. I've never felt better.
Exactly.
So
no,
worth
getting
it.
some actual sleep is good. But we were like driving by. Everyone's like, you need to go to the City Museum. So we're like, okay, this seems kind of fun. We pull up, and the first thing that I can hear is just you can hear the orchestra of screeches of children.
The cacophony.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A cacophony.
Yeah, the grating.
I was like, oh god, maybe that's just the outside portion that's like that. Because I love a museum.
You're like, maybe the inside will be better. Maybe the enclosed space will be better for sound, for sure.
So we walk in down like $85. Okay, before we even fucking step foot in these fucking doors.
I hate
and
this
everyone's like, oh my god, it's so fun, it's so fun, it's so fun. So we walk the fuck in, and it's like 85 degrees this day, okay, because it's the fucking middle of summer.
Yeah, and it's hot as shit.
It's hot as shit. There's this like outdoor like Ferris wheel on the top where we're like, okay, that seems like fun. We'll make our way up there. Yeah. Like that seems fun.
That seems fun. Who else thought it was fun?
Every other kids. Child.
All the youth of America.
We walk in, and it's like this. Have you ever seen that one painting where it's like stairs that are like that don't really lead anywhere?
The MC Escher paintings? Yeah. And it's like all big. It's like what my dreams look like.
That's
the stairs in your dreams, and they're
all
like
that's
kissing.
That's what City Museum is. That's what it is. So I had no sleep, zero sleep. Just drove.
So you're like dodging the Hat Man in the museum,
just
like
drove
trying
like
not to run
4 or 5 hours. There's like a fucking touch pool for like aquatic creatures in one section, and then there's like this big sign. It's like, okay, big slide, and I'm like, okay, I like slides.
Great, I love a slide.
I love a slide.
You're like, give me on the slide.
Give me on the slide. Yeah. Like that seems fun. So the only way to access the slide though is if you go through. You have to walk up a spiral staircase. Okay.
Okay.
And in the spiral staircase, so you go into this like offshoot and you start going up the spiral staircase, and there's like beams and pipes everywhere. It's like mostly dark.
It looks like Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
You're like inside. You're inside the reactor.
Literally, it's fucking crazy. So it's like mostly dark. There's children screaming still. There's like gothic orchestra playing. There's someone on a fucking pipe organ, and I'm like,
it's dark evil church.
Actual fuck is going on? So
That's horrible.
Keep walking up, and as you know, heat rises. As you know,
it's getting hotter.
So it keeps getting
oh my
god and hotter,
and the kids are screaming, and you're sweating, and you're just
sweating. I keep hearing these.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is going on?
The way I would tweak out.
I was tweaking. So I was walking up, and this is the first fucking thing we do. So I was walking up. I'm like, oh my god, this has been like 10 fucking stories. Like I have no sleep. I have no energy to be doing this bullshit. And we had an absolute bullshit fucking.
And you're like, I just wanted to go on the slide.
So guess what? We had a fucking breakfast this morning where a fucking concierge was like, oh, I booked us a nice hotel. It was nice on the outside, and then we got on the inside.
Been there, done that, and you're like, yeah, no, it's a shithole.
And then they were like, free breakfast. You know what they provided us with? Jimmy Dean, fucking microwave. That was it. That was the only
Welcome
thing.
to St. Louis, baby. St. Louis is
like,
finest.
Not even one of those foldable omelets. Not even a fucking muffin. Anyway,
that blows.
So that's what I was running on. Was a singular vegetarian Jimmy Dean.
So you got compressed goop into a square that you microwaved and then ingested, and then
now I'm walking up this.
and you're huffing up the stairs.
And it's just getting louder
and hotter
and I'm like, oh my god, this fucking vein was just fucking throbbing. I was like,
no, you know, they get a cartoon where they get the little angry sign. Oh, that's you.
That was
and they're like multiplying.
So I was walking. I was like actually shaking. I was so pissed. And we get to the top, and there's like an attendant there, like you're at a fucking water slide, and they're like letting you know when you can go. Mm-hmm. And I wore a skirt. Oh, I wore a skirt. Why did I wear a fucking skirt? So I
didn't know there'd be a slide at the museum.
Why the fuck would there be a slide at a fucking museum? So I'm like a city museum because no one told me what the fuck it was. I was like, oh, it's going to be like a history of St. Louis.
So you got that shit on, and then you get to the slide in your skirt.
But it was just like it's like an athletic skirt, so it should be able to like translate.
So it should be fine.
Okay, slide, pure metal.
Okay, the people who built this museum, straight to hell. Straight to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Mm-hmm. And you know those metal slides in the summer that you used to go on?
Oh no, my mom has a story of us going down one where she actually like first degree burned the back of her legs.
Oh yeah,
because I think she tried to put me on it, and then I screamed. Or no, maybe I went. I don't remember what the story is, but either I went down or she went down with me in her lap, or I went down and then started howling, and she's like, "Oh my god!" and like runs over, and I'm like burned like all over because it was like piping hot.
Those need to be illegal.
Yeah, I know. Why did we
fully illegal?
Why did we make
you have,
those?
Like
we don't. It's not the 1930s, and we live in a mining town.
No,
it's not the Dust Bowl. Like, why the fuck? Like, make it out of plastic, guys.
Or
PVC, or really anything.
Just put a fucking tent over it. Put a covering,
a nice little canopy. Really anything. Really anything.
So
anyway,
you're inside though.
So it's you versus the metal slide. You're wearing a skirt, so you're already nerfed a little.
I'm nerfed because I'm in a fucking skirt. I'm in an athletic skirt, mind you, but
metal slide. So the metal slide's it's buffed.
But guess what?
1,000 HP.
Has every couple meters, you know how like water slides?
No.
They have like those connectors that like are just like divots.
Yep. So there's the crack where the slabs like meet each other.
Thank God when you're on a water slide, you usually are riding on something
right over it.
or there's fucking
water for your ass. Yeah.
To like
Yep.
This is a metal slide, raw. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be so fun. I get to ride down. I'm not even fucking joking. Every 5 meters. I had to keep. I literally was doing this,
and that, can I say, so embarrassing
because people can see me as they're walking up. This spiral staircase, and guess what? God. It didn't even go down the whole way.
Oh my god!
It didn't even go down the whole way.
We walked up like 10.
Yes. Fuck the City
Dude,
Museum.
you should go back and blow up the slide so that they'd have to not
and that's not even
make it like that.
So that happened, and then we were like, okay, so what else should we do? And like I'm just
Nothing.
like shaking with.
We
like,
should
rage.
go home.
And then Bailey was like, okay, look, we have passes to go up to the roof. Like, let's check it out. Like, it seemed fun. And I'm like, I'm dying of thirst. We need to go upstairs and get something. And the only beverage that they had were slushies. That was the only beverage that they offered were fucking slushies.
Well, because I feel like
Blue Raz.
So was this a children's museum? Because it's feeling marketed towards kids.
Oh, yeah. It really did. It really was. And
They
we
said
didn't
City
know that.
Museum, and they didn't put for kids at the bottom, but they really should have.
They really should have.
They really
should have.
False
I mean,
advertising.
if you fucking drive up to it, you're like, oh, this is for children. But everyone was recommending it to us. And so we were like...
And that doesn't mean you can't go. I want to go to the
Okay.
Children's Museum here. I think it looks lit, so...
We went to go get a slushie.
So you go back outside, and it's hot out.
It's hot.
You're on the
hot
roof.
as balls, okay? And there's kids fucking losing their shit, okay?
I just start
And-
popping them off the side of the roof.
No, and let me tell you something. Full construction going on. Out there. Full construction.
So you hear the jackhammer.
And-
It's like loud as shit.
I'm not even fucking joking. I'm not even joking.
No, that's
so there
sick.
was full construction going on while there were kids up there, while there was a Ferris wheel. It like the entire thing seemed very dangerous.
It's like a museum in a dream where nothing actually makes me fucking sense.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
If I was on shrooms and I went there, I'd probably kill myself.
You would
So,
have died.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have made it back.
I would have gotten halfway up the stairs. I would
You
have
would've
gotten to the
slumped
pipe
off the
organ.
side.
And I would have said, "All right, God, this is my sign.
I've had a good run. Right off the fucking... Yeah, no, real. That's so
right
real.
into the pipe." So
Land on the organ, smash all the keys. Burn! Music stops.
yes. So I'm like, Bailey, I need to sit down. Can you please get me a
Can you
blue
please get me a
raz
slushie?
cherry slushie? And I wanted it mixed. I said, can I get a blue raz cherry slushie? Because I don't like too much of one.
Okay,
I
fair.
like their... If I'm going to get a slushie, which I don't usually get,
You want all the
I
flavors.
want... Which is just two. Blue
Which is-
raz...
There are only two genders: blue raspberry and cherry.
Cherry.
And I want both in my
And
slushie.
Coca-Cola for some reason.
The secret third gender:
Just
Coca-Cola. Men, women, and Coca-Cola people. And I do love Coca-Cola, so it checks out.
Never had a Coca-Cola slushie though. Never had one.
Ooh, that sounds good though.
They got them a lot of places. So anyway,
So you
I'm
send
like,
him
I
off.
want-
He's on his mission.
I want both
He's
of
on
those.
his NPC task.
I need both of those, and I send him, and he comes back with just a cherry, and I swear to God, I almost fucking did this too. I almost did that. I went up to where they were jackhammering. I'm not even joking, and I just stared at them jackhammering, and I just did this. Like I was so done with everything.
That's
I was like,
real.
I'm simultaneously gonna pass out, kill myself, die, combust of heat, fully
It's about to be
dehydrated.
everyone else's problem.
Everyone else's problem. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to the bathroom. Like, I just need to decompress. Oh, the second I went to the bathroom, a 3-child stroller goes in, and I'm like,
No.
it took everything in me
No.
to not absolutely lose my shit. And I'm like, and we paid $85 for this? We paid $85 for this.
So don't go back to St. Louis, is what I'm hearing. Fuck St. Louis. Because they don't know how to make a museum. That's what I've heard.
That's
What I got
That's-
from this,
that's
is that
what I
I
heard
still
today.
don't want to go to
And we didn't
St.
even end
Louis.
up getting on the Ferris wheel because the line was apparently
It was
like,
too long, 'cause it was full of
so
children.
line. It was so
Yeah.
long.
No, but it's so real though. I
Yeah.
feel like people who've been in relationships for a long time, when they talk about their partner, sometimes they're just like, yeah, I hate this guy. But they don't.
Yeah, no.
But I think
yeah.
we're just like, ugh.
I talking about like he's my dog.
Like this guy that just
I had to
lives
go
here.
walk him earlier.
Yeah, okay, what you said in the car was really funny though. When you were like, yeah, I have this brunch tomorrow. What did you say exactly? I have brunch tomorrow. And
I'm dropping
Bailey
him off
doesn't have
at
to go, but I'm
daycare.
daycaring him, and I'm going to drop him off at the golf thing, and then I'm going to go to my brunch, and I'm going to go pick him up. Like he's a toddler.
He needs outside stimulation. He can't sit still. He can't sit still for that long.
Dude,
In a
he
group of
just
people
needs his
he doesn't
outdoor time.
know. Honestly, but I get that though. I get that.
It's so funny. We
I'm
had
gonna
a...
take you some places to pick some fruits.
Sure, I'd love to pick a fruit.
There's lots. here's the thing. A lot of people have pear fruits, pear trees in my neighborhood.
That's crazy.
A lot
Does
of pear
not seem like they
trees.
grow here.
Right? You wouldn't think, but I think we're southern enough that it's
Maybe.
okay.
Well,
But a
now
lot of people
with
have
the
southern-
global warming, it's gonna be
pear.
plenty warm.
Period. But a lot of people have mulberries in this area, which I fuck with. There's one at the park near my house that I'll take you to that we can pick.
We can eat the berries from the park. We can go
It's
back
delicious.
and forage. We can go back to when we were beasts.
Bro, I love to forage a berry.
I'd love to go back and forage.
I don't know if I would.
Do you think you could make it?
I don't think I would.
Do you think you could make it if an EMP blew up above the U.S. and you had to go back to how it used to be?
I think me and Bailey would do pretty good because I think Bailey's pretty good at stuff like that.
I don't know how Sean would do.
Bad.
Sean would do really bad.
Sean
I think that I could
off
pull
of
through.
Cane's lunch boxes.
I saw a
every day of
tweet
his
the other
life.
day that I did send to him and his coworker friends.
Okay.
I sent to the Canes Discord.
Not you having access to the Cane's.
Yeah, I'm in there. Don't worry. I got the hookup. But no, it was a tweet that said, the Canes combo box combo is the American bento box. And it literally
for real.
is.
No,
And this
absolutely.
motherfucker eats one Canes bento box a day, and sometimes that's it.
Does he replace the slaw with extra bread?
Yes. Yeah, we do box
Right.
combo, no slaw, extra toast, 2 cane sauces. Because, like, a goddamn American. But
Here's
yeah,
the
no,
thing,
Sean
though.
would die in the apocalypse. I don't think he could make it.
Mm-mm.
He's too much of a gamer.
Mhm. And I don't think it's a gamer in a way that would like help him. Like,
No.
like in the way that
I know he
enemies
plays
do.
Minecraft, and he thinks that he could forage and also hunt and also build a farm.
Right.
But I don't think that he could. I also don't know that I would also die, but I think
You'd
I'd make
have to
it
come
kind of
up.
a while.
I would. Group
I have
you
that
in.
dog in me.
I would group you in. You could survive with me in my group.
Thank you. Well, the other problem is like hypothetically, the best place to go is like a Costco because it has natural light. It has tons of packaged food that is sealed, and some of them sell guns. So you could, and there's only one entrance.
Here's the thing, though.
So you could
Here's the
defend a
thing.
Costco, but everyone's gonna go there, so you can't go.
That's the thing.
The second place to go, pet store. Pet food, edible, dry. It only probably has one entrance and exit.
Okay, you got that.
But you
dog
have to
in you.
BYOG. You gotta
You
bring
got
your own,
that dog.
bring your own Glock, and then you can go to the pet store.
Right.
So I'd
That's
probably
what
just
I'll
die.
quote you on that.
But yeah, so
Pet
so
stores,
we
that's
could maybe
nice.
survive the apocalypse. I think together
I
we
feel
could
like
do it.
you are immediately going to. I need prepackaged food. I'm saying.
I'm
I
thinking
think
subsistence.
I'm thinking we would be able to find some land, get some knowledgeable people.
Yeah, you know a lot. You know a lot about
books.
dirt and soil, and I think you
Right.
know enough farming adjacent people that we could do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, we could build.
We can make a sustainable
Yeah,
community together. But that's again a lot of ego from my mouth right now. Because
and if there's one thing we have, it's the fucking audacity.
it's the audacity. It really is.
It really
'Cause
is.
I get a cut, I get a little infection, bitch, I'm dead.
It's Jover. No, I heal you.
I'm sorry. Where the
I
fuck
could
are you
heal
getting
you.
penicillin? Where are you getting penicillin from?
You don't need that. Doesn't help you. But I could
I'm
I could
allergic.
heal you probably.
Using what?
My mind.
Right.
Have you seen the ibuprofen? If you can hear me,
Please
please lay your hands on me. Ibuprofen. I do that, and then we'd be fine.
And we'd be fine. We'd start our own religion.
And then we'd start a cult where everyone gets
Who
2 massages a day.
But yep. Who would be the head
Of the cult? It
near
can't be
you?
either of us. It can't be either of us.
Who would be Mr.
We
Sean?
yap too much. No, Sean's our puppet
mysterious
figurehead.
enough, though. That's what
Wait!
I'm saying.
We're
That's
back.
what I'm saying.
No, because yeah,
We're
he's
so
tall.
He's tall.
man.
He doesn't say much.
He
He
would-
wouldn't get us into shit. 'Cause he
No,
would just be silent.
he wouldn't say anything to cancel him because he just wouldn't yap.
Right. We'd give him a
incessantly.
script.
Yeah.
This is what you need to say.
No, this is good.
We'll give you.
This is
We'll
good.
give you food.
We could get him like a fade, a low taper fade,
I-
micro
you-
bang.
You think
We gotta dress him really weird so they know he's like the cult
he's the leader? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Rock Terrio?
Oh, my bird. There's a bird nest on that light, I think.
Oh. have you
yeah,
heard
the
of
cats love watching the
Rock
birds.
Terrio?
No.
Crazy little Canadian man that started a
You know
cult.
Shen Yun is a cult, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's
Found
like-
this out.
Kind of a cult.
Because
It's
I
more-
jokingly told Ario, like, we should go see Shen Yun when it comes to Madison. I'll buy us tickets. And then I looked at the tickets, way too expensive. Not
It's-
worth the joke.
It's Shen Yun's like a really interesting
Well, it's
combo
it's like if
of propaganda.
it's like if Waco had a dance troupe that traveled. Because it's a cult based in the state of New York, run by this guy who got
actually
banned. Yes,
a
I
cult?
researched a lot actually. I don't remember the guy's name, but he basically left China and started a cult in New York. They have their
Yeah.
own like big. They have their own place the size of like Waco,
I
like
didn't
huge,
realize that.
really big. And they also have a dance troupe, and the
See, I
dance
knew
troupe
that.
travels, and the
We know.
the performances are just a ballet about how we should go back to how China used to be.
correct.
And it's all about China before communism, and it's very anti-feminist and like transphobic. Like it's very fucked up.
It's
But
anti
yeah.
like everything. It's like if you have a belief, it's anti.
And so
it's like not even pro. It's I think a lot of people think it's like pro nationalist.
it's just all weird. I don't even know what their real message is because I couldn't find out by researching.
No, it's like very.
It's just that they're just
convoluted.
haters about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, specifically
makes stuff that's
specifically
good.
the CCP though.
Yeah.
They are specifically.
But then they're
haters
also
of the
haters
CCP.
about other things that don't like their views
that,
don't
that
align.
aren't like super relevant to the CCP.
Yeah,
Where it's
it
like,
makes no
okay,
sense.
we kind of followed you, but also now
We also don't.
very confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I agree.
what an interesting phenomenon because like people like how do they get the permission of
Well, I
all
also
of
don't
these
think
places?
they know that people don't know Chinese a cult. So they go and they're like, it was beautiful. And then I'm like, Susan.
Fun fans.
Susan.
Fun fans. Fun fans.
I'm sure it's fun, but
ribbons.
I think Annie's seen Shen Yun with Angie. And I later was like, did you know that they're a cult? And she's like, I don't know, I was 10 when I saw it, so like probably not. But yeah, well they kind of hide the dance troupe doesn't like advertise that they're a cult.
No,
but they are a
fucking
cult.
don't. I know. I wanted to watch it when I was a kid too. I'm like, that's
So, yeah.
beautiful.
The lesson to be learned from today is museums for children should be labeled as such.
As such.
Metal slides should no longer be built in this
No.
country because we are a first world nation. And also,
They shouldn't be built anywhere.
they shouldn't be built anywhere, but if
No
they're
metal
going to be
slides.
built, it shouldn't be here.
No metal slides,
And,
especially ones with little bumps.
Also, don't go to Shenyun.
Don't go to Shenyang.
Well, I think we kind of covered everything there is to be covered.
Yeah. Right.
Right. I'm sure we'll
Right.
find some other shit to talk about next time, but thank
Yeah.
you for coming.
Thank you.
I hope that we become rich and famous
Yeah.
because
me
we
too.
deserve it. If anyone deserves it, it's us.
Best grandpa ever.
And on that note, see you guys next week.